Tell you what though, after getting a taste of that workout, I'm 100% all in. That was fun. Difficult, but I was feeling a way I haven't felt in a long time, almost like when I was playing football. It was like a different type of endorphins. And now that I got a taste of it, I want more. I want more like now. What is going on YouTube, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about my next event. So as you guys know, I've been talking about in training and, well, not training. I'm going to start training basically when I'm 12 weeks out from it. But as of right now, my next scheduled Spartan race is going to be November 4th of this year, and I want to say it's San Luis Obispo. So the plan was to start training for that, and I want to say the end of August, because I think that'd be 12 weeks out from the actual race. However, since my last video, which I filmed last Saturday, I got the itch to sign up for something else, which I'm going to let you know what that is. So I've been looking into the DEKA fits for a while now. I looked into doing one previously this year. However, it landed on a weekend that I was not able to do it, so I was browsing, looking for something, because like I said, November 4th is a long time away. I feel like I need to train for something, especially starting work next week, just to keep motivated, keep on routine, and it's something I want to do a challenge. Plus, I went to my sister and brother-in-law's CrossFit competition, I want to say 2 weeks ago or something, and it gave me the itch to do some type of event. So that is why I decided to sign up for my first DEKA mile. So last Saturday, I signed up for the DEKA mile after I finished filming the video. I went online, looked around, and I want to say I decided on the DEKA mile in Ontario, California, and I want to say it's on September 16th. So I came in, I told Cassie, I said, hey, I'm going to be doing the DEKA mile. For those of you guys who do not know what a DEKA is, or a DEKA fit is, it's like the sister or brother company, whatever you want to call it, to Spartan. So you have your Spartan races, which I did last year, and then they also do these DEKA ones, which is more of almost like a CrossFit kind of event. It's not, there's no obstacles, nothing like that. However, these ones looked like a challenge, something out of my comfort zone. So I was like, let me look into it, and I think I'm gonna do one. So I signed up for one September 16th. Like I said, it's gonna be a DEKA mile. However, I got the itch again, and I was looking into it. So let me explain to you kind of what happened, because I actually have signed up for 2 events. So let me explain the process. So I signed up for the DEKA Fit. For those of you guys who don't know what the DEKA Fit is, there is 10 zones that you have to do. That's how they work. So the 10 zones, zone 1 is a 30 ram alternate reverse lunge. Zone 2 is a 500 meter row. Zone 3 is 20 box jump step overs / step overs. Zone 4, 25 medicine ball sit-up throws. Zone 5, 500 meter ski erg. Zone 6, 100 meter farmer carry. Zone 7, 25 calorie air bike. Zone 8, 20 dead ball wall overs. Zone 9, 100 meter tank push pull. And then zone 10 is 20 ram burpees. Now those zones basically make up the DEKA course or DEKA challenge. What changes is you have the DEKA strong, the DEKA fit, or no, the DEKA strong, the DEKA mile, and then the DEKA fit. The DEKA strong is you just do all of those as fast as you can. The DEKA mile is you do all of those, but in between each zone, I want to say you run like 200 meters or 160 meters. So running 160 meters in between adds up to a mile. That's why they call it the DEKA mile. Now the DEKA fit is like the Olympics of it, and they only, like I said, they don't do one as often as the other 2 races, but the DEKA fit is you do all 10 zones, but in between each one, you run 500 meters, which equates to 3 miles. Now, for those of you who know me, you know when I sign up for something, I go all in. So as soon as I signed up for my DEKA mile, which I got super pumped about because I'm like, okay, I'm about 2 months out, so I have plenty of time to prepare, plenty of time to get into my 190 fighting weight, which I really like. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna drop some weight. However, I started looking at it, okay? So when it comes to the actual zones, how am I gonna prepare for that? So zone 1, reverse lunges, I could do those all day. Zone 2, I have 500 meters, I have a rower, so I could practice those. I could practice zone 3, which is box jumps. I could practice zone 4, medicine ball. The problem is I do not have a ski erg for zone 5. I've never done a ski erg, so I don't know how well I'll do on that. Zone 6, farmer carries, I could do that because I have dumbbells. Zone 7, I do not have an air bike, so that's going to be a little difficult. Zone 8, I don't have a dead ball that weighs the weight of what I'm supposed to be lifting. I think it's 60 pounds that basically you lift it up over a wall and then drop it. I don't have a 60-pound medicine ball, so I don't really know how I'm going to prepare for that. Zone 9, I don't have a tank push-pull or a sled that I could do. And then zone 10, a 20 ram burpee, I could probably do that with a 45-pound bar. It's not going to be the actual ram that they use, but I think for men it's 44 pounds, so a 45-pound barbell, I could kind of get the feel of it. So basically zone 9, zone 8, zone 7, zone 5. Those are the only ones I don't have. Well, that's 4 zones. So I didn't really want to wait until the DEKA mile to figure out how well I do in these zones. So I decided to sign up for a DEKA Strong also. My thought process is if you're going to do something, you might as well go all in, give it 100%. If you suck at it, at least you know you gave it 100%. If you don't give it 100% and you suck at it, then you'll never know if you're actually good at it. So my thought process was I'm going to sign up for the DEKA Strong so that I could test out every single one, see where my weaknesses are, hopefully improve by September 16th, which if I, for instance, I suck at the ski erg or I suck at the assault bike, I don't have those. So the only way I'm going to have to get better at those is possibly by purchasing one or finding a spot where I could actually use them. So that is why I signed up for a DEKA Strong, which is going to be on August 13th. So it's basically 2 weeks away that I have to prepare for the DEKA Strong. It's crazy though, since I signed up for both races, I already feel a little bit of like oomph or kick to my step in when it comes to training. I already feel that I'm more excited to wake up and actually train with a purpose. I already made my whole new spreadsheet, Google Sheets, that basically is going to be my workout plan for the next, I guess it's 8 weeks, I want to say, that it's going to prepare me for, yeah, basically 7 weeks out. So I'm going to have a 7-week training plan that's going to get me ready for the DEKA mile. But like I said, in 2 weeks, I basically have the DEKA Strong, which is going to be, like I said, why can't I think of it? A baseline of where I need to improve and what I need to get better at. Because I've never done this. I've done most of the workouts, but I've never done it in like a fast pace. So obviously there's going to be some aerobic capacity to it, some cardio involved. I have been running still. I've been running about 3 miles every day. So I should be okay on that. But I want to test myself. So I figured tomorrow morning will be the first like dry run of what I think it's going to be like. So I'm basically going to try and simulate what a DEKA Strong will look like in my garage gym. Now, like I said, the only problem I have is a couple of those zones I don't have anything to do. So tonight I'm actually going to think of ways to substitute it, like for the assault bike and the ski erg, just to get the I guess you could say the fatigue and the feeling of what it's going to feel like to do that. I'll probably just row 500 meters. So when I'm supposed to be doing the ski erg, I'll do 500 meters on my rower. When I'm supposed to do the assault bike, I'll do 500 meters on my rower. I'm thinking that will be about the equivalent. Obviously, I'm not using the same muscles or the same technique, but quite frankly, I don't know the technique or the muscles that I'm going to use for either of those. For the dead ball toss overs, I don't know. I may just, I don't know, lift up like a 50-pound dumbbell, put it on top of my box jumps, drop it on the ground, pick it up again. I may just do something like that. And then for the burpees, the ram burpees, like I said, I'll probably just use my barbell and do it that way. I don't have a tank push or a sled push, so I can't do the push and pull, and I'm really trying to figure out what exactly would be the same of that. I don't know. I may just do another thing of farmer's carries. I got to figure it out. So my plan is to figure out what my workout will be tomorrow morning, and then tomorrow morning I'm gonna actually take you guys through a dry run. Now when I do the dry run, I'm not gonna do the DEKA Strong course. I'm gonna do the DEKA Mile course because that's really what I'm training for. Like I said, the DEKA Strong I'm really just signed up for so that I could test out each station and then figure out what I need to work on for the DEKA Mile. Because I really want to see how well I can do the DEKA Mile. So tomorrow I will actually run a DEKA Mile in hopes to figure out how to start training. Because my plan is to every Saturday start doing this kind of workout to prepare for my DEKA Mile on September 16th. So that is the change up. So obviously a lot has happened this past week, but I'm excited. I feel, like I said, ready to go for and ready to start training for something. I think November 4th was just too far away. I can't just kind of go, through the motions for the next couple weeks for my workouts. I have to be training for something. I realize that, which I encourage all of you guys to do out there. Sign up for something. When I was looking at these DEKAs, there's so many good events out there that you could sign up for, whether it doesn't even have to be, these are kind of like, I guess you could say, hybrid style events. But I mean, if you're into CrossFit, sign up for a CrossFit event if you've never done one. There's obviously Spartan races. If you're more of a runner and you're better at your endurance, sign up for a 5K, a 10K, whatever. There's so many different events. And if you can, get people to do them with you, because that is huge when it comes to training. So that is my take, and I am very excited. So I will catch up with you guys first thing in the morning. It's probably going to be around 3:30 due to the fact tomorrow my parents are throwing me a graduation party. So thank you, Mom and Dad. I'm very excited to see all my cousins and everybody come out and celebrate the master's graduation. So I will catch up with you guys in the morning. All right, so it is 5:46. I just finished up my morning routine of cardio, personal development, read my Bible, and my daily devotion. And now we are ready to get into a trial run of the DEKA Mile. Again, my first event is gonna be a DEKA Strong, but I'm just gonna run through the DEKA Mile to see how well I do cardio-wise, and honestly, just to kind of test out each exercise. So I'm gonna kind of show you guys I set up every station or a version of the station. For instance, if I'm missing one of the actual machines, then I kind of created my own. So station number one, I got the reverse lunge, which is right here. So the weight that they use is 55 pounds, but if they use a RAM, I do not have a RAM, so I'm just going to do 55 pounds on the barbell and do 30 reverse lunge. As soon as I'm done with that, then I will jump into my rower, which I got to set up right here. So I will jump into my rower, and then I got to row 500 meters, which rowing sucks and I'm not very good at it. As soon as I finish the 500 meters rowing, then I'm going to jump into my box jumps, which I have set up right there. So everything I saw was like, it says 20 box jumps / step overs. So I don't know if they count like you going over as one, or it's like you go over and come back as one. I think it's just you go over 20 times. So comment below if that's exactly what you do or if I got it wrong, because I'm trying to do this actually correct. As soon as I'm done with the box jumps, then I got medicine ball sit-ups, which I got right here. I got a 20-pound sit-up, or 20-pound ball. I got to do 25 sit-ups. That shouldn't be too hard. And then after that, I'm supposed to do a 500-meter ski erg. However, I don't have one, so I'm just going to do a 500-meter row. And then as soon as I'm done with that, I'm going to go into 100-meter farmer carries. You have to have 60-pound dumbbell in each hand for the men. So I got that set up over there. However, 100 meters is basically 19 laps. So there, back. I got to do that 19 times. That will be the equivalent of 100 meters. Then I'm supposed to do 25-calorie air bike. Again, I don't have an air bike, so I'm going to just do 500-meter row. Then once I'm done with that, I got to do 20 dead ball, basically lifts. I don't have a 60-pound medicine ball to toss over my shoulder, so I'm just going to do a 60-pound dumbbell, basically pick it up, set it down, pick it up, set it down. As for the tank push, I'm supposed to do a 100-meter tank push. It's like a tank push pull. That one I think I'm going to have to figure out when I get there, because I don't know if I could basically do that here. What I may end up doing is just another 500 meter rows in that time, since I don't have a tank push. It might be the same difficulty. Then once I'm done with that, I'm gonna jump into 20 RAM burpees with a 44 pound. They use a RAM. I don't have a RAM, so I'm just gonna do 45 pound dumbbell, basically 20 burpees, and then call it quits. I think that ends. So I'm gonna do the DEKA mile, which in between each exercise, I'm gonna do 0.10 miles on my treadmill, and that should equal up to 1 mile. Yeah, so after I finish my RAM burpees, I believe you have to run one more lap. So a little nervous. I don't know how I'm gonna do. One, the box jumps, I'm realizing I am not as coordinated as I used to be. So I know that's gonna give me some issues. I feel I was just kind of doing a warm up right now, and I feel super uncoordinated and then also super slow on the transition. So that's gonna be probably one I try to start incorporating more in my leg days over the next 2 weeks to prepare for that. Depending on how well I like these DEKA events, what I may end up doing is actually purchasing the RAM, the 55 pound RAM, the 44 pound RAM, and then possibly the 60 pound med ball, so I can practice those. I won't get a tank push. I'm not trying to invest that much money into this. I'll try, honestly probably just get some type of sled and then put it in my backyard and do it that way. So we shall see. But anyways, I'm gonna jump into this, and then I'm probably gonna do a voiceover so that I can actually comment what my thoughts were going through this. My goal, if I could do it in, I don't know, 30 minutes, I'd be cool. So we shall see. I already drank my pre-workout, got my Intra-Formance to keep me going. Got some megawatt for some focus slash energy. And then got some Intra-Formance all mixed together to create the perfect pre-workout. So if you guys are interested in those, the links will be below. But other than that, I'm gonna jump straight into this workout in 3, 2, 1. All right, so when it comes to the running, I don't really like the treadmill. I don't feel like it's accurate. So what I'm gonna do moving forward is I'm actually gonna measure 160 meters. I believe that's what it is. It's basically 1/10 of a mile from my garage door out into my neighborhood back up. So basically 5 out, 5 back would be the equivalent. I'd rather do that just so, because obviously when it comes to the race, it's not gonna be on a treadmill. So I want it to feel exactly like race day. Reverse lunges, honestly just a little bit faster. I'm not used to doing movements fast. Since I do hypertrophy training, I'm usually doing them slow. But the lunges actually, the weight didn't feel that bad. Obviously I was fresh, so that might make a difference. The 500 meter row, I just gotta get a little bit better at rowing. I think my technique's not the best. If you guys could give me any techniques for rowing, I'd appreciate it, because I don't row that much. So I'm definitely gonna be incorporating more rowing. Box jumps, again, I think I just need to get back into that explosive movement. My body is so used to doing hypertrophy training, like I said, slow, controlled, basically focusing on time under tension. So moving forward, I'm gonna have to switch my workouts and do a little bit more of explosive, just so I can get that function. I could become more functional in that part of the actual event. Med ball sit-ups, just gotta get a stronger core. Those weren't too bad. It sucks. Doing the 500 meters again on the row instead of on a skier, I don't know if it's taxing the same muscle twice, so I don't know, I might be fresher when it comes to the actual event because I'm doing a ski erg. However, I've never done a ski erg, so my technique's probably gonna be trash. So that may affect my time. So again, I won't really know until I do the event. The farmer's carry, surprisingly, my grip strength sucks. I thought the 60 pounds, I've carried 60 pound dumbbells in each hand before. I didn't think it was that much. I've even done lunges with them before. But walking for that distance, my legs were fine, my breathing was fine. It was my forearms, my grip strength's not that strong. Also, turning around multiple times, I think affected my overall time. So I'm hoping that when it comes to the actual event, it's just like a straight shot and then one turnaround. But what I may end up doing is actually, to prevent that and actually get it accurate, I'm not trying to make excuses, I know it sounds like I am, but for my next time I do it, I'll probably do 50 meters out, 50 meters back, so that it's equivalent, and then I could actually see if it makes a difference, how many times I had to turn around. And then the air bike, like I said, when I'm doing the air bike, that's gonna be engaging my legs and my shoulders a little bit more. than when I did the rower again. So I don't know, I think I'm gonna have to invest in a ski erg and an air bike. The dead balls, those were actually felt pretty good. I think a dead ball would have been a little bit easier than the dumbbell, just because when I've seen people do the dead ball, they lift it up and they drop it. They lift it up and they drop it. So they're not controlling it on the way up and controlling it on the way down. If I had a ball, I could be a little bit more of explosive, throwing it over, instead of controlling it up, controlling it down. So, but if I do it that way, it might make the actual event easier. So I don't know, but I'll probably end up getting a dead ball too. Tank push, I just ended up doing the farmer carries again, mainly because my grip strength sucks. So I was like, let me do something that I'm not good at again, try to get better. I don't even know if a sled would be equivalent. Like I said, when I did this today to just test where I'm at, but when it comes to actually doing the event, I'm gonna get a lot better feedback and then be able to make adjustments for my DEKA mile. So that's really the point of doing the DEKA Strong, is just to get feedback of what I need to improve on. And then ram burpees. Well, burpees suck, but I thought those would be a little bit easier, but you could tell in this video that they were kicking my butt. I got to about 10 burpees and I felt pretty good. And then when I got to about 16, I started feeling sorry for myself, and the voice of average came in and I had to punch it in its face, tell it to shut up. So ram burpees, I need to definitely get a little bit better on. I think it's just always taxed. I mean, like I said, I definitely underestimated this. I thought it was gonna be a little bit easier for me just because of the amount of cardio I do. However, I don't do this type of training, and I think that's why I'm like on a super high right now, because it's something completely different. One, it was quick, it only took me 25 minutes. And I don't know, you probably couldn't tell, but there were certain times when I was running where I may have looked calm or I may have looked stressed, whatever, depending on how you interpret it. But there was points of when I was running where this voice inside my head was just pumping me up, and it was like, it was that positive voice that I'm always talking about, like saying, keep going. It was like David Goggins / Brian Dawkins just cheering me on. I felt like I was playing football again. It was a very good feeling. So just goes to show you guys, I train 7 days a week, and I do pretty much the same thing depending on what I'm training for. But when you sign up for something that totally switches your training style, and you see where you're weak and where you need to get better on, or what your strengths are or what your weaknesses are, because in that workout, that 28 minutes or whatever, there was parts of it where I saw my strengths and I got jacked out of my mind. Then there was parts of it where I felt these were my weaknesses, and the voice of average came in, started beating me up, but at the same time it was also telling me this is where I need to improve on. So it was getting me excited because now I have stuff to focus on when I'm in the gym. So all in all, it was a fun experience. And this wasn't even the actual event. So when it comes to the actual event, there's gonna be people there. Cassie and Adeline are there, my parents are gonna be there, they're gonna get a medal, so it's just gonna be, I think, a really cool vibe. And it's funny because before this workout, that voice that I'm always talking, and you're not feeling like doing something, was telling me like, I don't know if I really want to do this workout today. So be aware of your feelings. Sometimes you gotta listen to them. Like when I was feeling weak, you gotta listen to it so that you can make adjustments and get better. When you're feeling strong, you gotta pay attention to that. Obviously keep doing that so you can build that positive mindset and then attack the areas where you're weaker in. I don't know, I'm kind of all over the place right now if you can't tell, but I'm excited. It's only 6:41. Like I said, my intention was gonna be I was gonna run it back. I was gonna do it two times. But what I think I'm going to do now, I gotta switch up my full week of training, but I think I'm gonna try to do this workout 2 times a week, possibly 3. We shall see. Maybe one day I'll do like the DEKA Strong where I just run through all of them, focusing on technique. Maybe one day I'll do DEKA Mile where I incorporate a little bit more cardio, and then maybe Saturdays what I'll do is I'll do the DEKA Fit where it's a total of 3 miles. I think if I was to do those, I think that would be an overall solid plan. So I'll have to see how I feel tomorrow. If I feel trash tomorrow, then I'll make adjustments. But make sure you subscribe to the channel because I'm gonna be documenting this series. It's basically gonna be called the DEKA Fit series, but I'll be posting videos every single Monday leading up to the events, and then doing recap of the events, and then obviously showing you guys my nutrition plan and my overall training plan for the event. So I'm pretty excited. I don't know if you guys could tell, but I'm definitely looking forward to the next couple weeks of training. And it works out perfect because I go back to work on Thursday, so it's gonna keep me motivated and keep me in the gym trying to accomplish my goals. So appreciate you guys watching this video. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up if you guys found anything that you liked in it. And then make sure you subscribe to the channel if you know anybody out there that's trying to sign up for a DEKA Fit Mile Strong. Make sure you share this video with them, and then also comment below if you are gonna sign up for a DEKA event after watching this video, since you could tell how pumped up I am. But you guys already know the motto: stay happy, stay healthy, and above all, don't be average. I will catch you guys in the next one.